Well, hey there. So 2021, it's a new look. It's something different. It's actually not exactly what we're going to be doing, but times are changing. And I'm old enough to remember the song that went that way. The times they are changing. I don't know if you remember it or not. It has some messages in it about the times they are changing, and it's come all you people wherever you roam and admit that the waters around you have grown, and think about what it means. And so at PAC, boy, has this last year been something. And I know y'all know that. All of us have experienced it one way or another, and it's been intense. We shifted gears within a week of finding out this was a pandemic, and it was going to be really life altering for everybody involved, not one country, not two countries, but the world. And so we started right away with lots of work, lots of sweat, and we hope this is going to work. Fortunately, we had some experience that told us what were some things that did work virtually and what were some things that were challenging virtually. We managed to pull it together for a lot of folks, and we switched up and we started doing some really different things in 2020 in ways that we hadn't anticipated doing, for sure, and not with the frequency and the intensity we had planned. Whoa. So a lot of shifting around, just as everybody in the world has had to do a lot of shifting around. But when you take off all the internet glitz, I mean, because really and truly, it's just a cover. It's just one of the things that we can do, acknowledging, what's underneath is still pretty solid. Some of the stuff that we have, I mean, it's really good stuff, whether it's in person or virtual, but it's much better to be real with people when we can. But we also want to acknowledge, if we can't be with someone, it's not give up and love the one you're with as much as it is who you're with is who you may be physically with. But who do you want to connect with? Who would it help you to be with? Who could you help by being with someone? And so acknowledging, although it may not be what we wish was the case, it is what it is. And 2021 has this flavor that it's going to be different than it was in 2020. I mean, the vaccine is starting to arrive and it's starting to be distributed, but it's going to take a while. And even after that, what has changed isn't going to automatically just go back to what was, because things have been changed in really profound ways. And so one of the things we've done this year is changed our journal, which is the free monthly online thing we do. We offer it out. We make it available to everyone who's interested. All you have to do is sign up. And it's really an opportunity for us to offer out some things that members of our community, members of some community, people around the world, people who are involved with us or maybe only minimally involved with us, have shared with us, or we got them to share so that they were willing to share out. And what we're focusing on this year that's a little bit different is who you are, what you might be interested in, what you might like, want, or need, and how we might be able to support you. Or maybe what you have would support us in some way and help others, because we're sort of a transition point, a place where by coming together, we can go to different places. By coming together, we can build something up. By coming together in different ways, we create some different things. And we don't exactly know what it's going to be, because in every interaction, we only bring 50% of an interaction. And so with our journal, we offer something, but it's you taking it and doing something with it, or you bringing us something and then we put it in the journal. The journal is our way of offering both an opportunity for people to present something to others, but also our opportunity to share out some of the things we've figured out or have to offer. And some of them are free and some of them might cost something, but truly, without exploring it, it's hard to know. So one of the things about Zoom and about online and about this virtual world that we figured out is it can be helpful, but only if we're willing to be a little flexible. So here's our flexibility, but it's going to take two of us to get this to work. We're trying to figure out for sure over this next year, how can we provide the pieces that you're most interested in, knowing how broad our range of audience is. We have people living with dementia, and that's different types of dementia. And that's people beginning this journey and people getting very close to the end of the journey, whatever that might look like. And for some people, it's choosing to end their journey in the way they want to end it. And others, it's going until the very end of the journey and continuing that process of living until it's time to go home and quit living and to stop that part. But we also know that we have people who are providing support and care for people living with dementia. And they come from all walks of life and they come from all backgrounds, and the kind of support that they're offering is really varied. Anywhere from checking in episodically, managing financials, taking care of healthcare issues, to providing every bite, providing time use. How do we structure things? How do we do it? And some people came into this well aware of what was happening, and some people came in blind and not really aware. So they're all included in a group called Friends and Family. And then we have professionals, people who actually have a career or a pathway of travel that provides some sort of reimbursement. But that's not why they frequently do what they do. But they have different roles and responsibilities. They have a professional responsibility for do no harm, provide support, make this care the best care it can possibly be. And that's individuals. And then we have organizations and groups that are committed to doing that as well. And the people that we're talking about, well, people living with dementia, people who have brain change, people who are supporting people who have brain change, people who are living in a community where there is brain change. So, wow. I mean, given all that, is it any wonder it gets a little tricky sometimes? And the reality for us is, though we do offer a lot of resources and we do a lot of things, we try really hard to be open to the idea and to the possibilities and opportunities to share out without cost where we can. But our reality is people that work with PAC must receive reimbursement for what they do because we are not part of a huge organization that is funded in a nonprofit manner. We're just a small for-profit company that operates like a nonprofit. Basically, everything we make goes back into the company in some way, shape, or form. And so our journal is one of those opportunities where we reach out and we try to make things available on a regular basis, just as some of our Facebook activities are and some of our YouTube things and many of our resources that we've put together, PDF files, are available. We're trying to do the best we can and make things available and yet hold people accountable at the same time, which is tricky. So this new year, we've got it divided out into different audiences of what people might be interested in. So if you're in that audience and that's all you want to look at, that's great. If you want to check out other audience perspectives, even better. And we're doing some of this work on our website as well. And so the journal is more connected to things happening on the website. We have PAC events, we have PAC services, we have PAC products, we have PAC resources, and then we have PAC sponsors or PAC relationships with others. And so this year, we're working hard to build more relationships with more folks. But we won't know how we're doing unless it's a partnership of some sort, getting connected somehow. So my job this year on the journal is to do some videos. And the first video is this one, where we're just sort of figuring out, okay, so what shall I do on the journal? And what I shall do on the journal is do my best to figure out what's something that might help people, regardless of which audience they're in, by giving them a way to get connected to something, someone, to recognize where they might be doing well and where they could use some support or where they could offer some support. So this year in PAC, things are changing. not like they hadn't last year. But this year, we aren't exactly sure where we're going to end up. Most people aren't sure where they're going to end up. But what we know is we'll keep doing the best we know how, and we'll keep a hand on the rudder, but we're not going to totally focus on the horizon. We're going to talk about the here and now and what's happening. So we hope you're here with us. We hope we can provide some things that might be helpful to you, but that's going to take some feedback. To be honest, we can't do it alone, and neither should you. So 2021, I wonder what all it'll hold. We know there are changes. We're changing up. I'm doing some different things. Want to check it out? Well, we'll hear more about that at another time. But for right now, what's changing this year? A little bit of what's in the journal, but a lot of it'll still be the same. What we hope will change for you is what you decide to take in and what you choose to do with it. So maybe it's time to put your work hat on. Get out in the, oh, this isn't yours? I'm not sure it's mine either. It's been around a long time though. I know I've had it on at other times in my life. Thinking back. Old stuff, new stuff. Things are changing. Sometimes it's time to let go of some things that have gotten to a place where I'm not sure they're the right fit anymore, for one reason or another. And maybe there are some things that still work. I hope we can figure out how to stay together this year as things change.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to help us spread TEPS's positive approach message around the world. And don't forget to click the bell to get notified when new videos are posted.